Hello, you. Welcome to the No One Warned You podcast, the podcast where we have no fluff conversations about the things you should know when you're starting a business or you're growing your business. And truly, these are the things I wish I knew when I first started in business 17 years ago. And I'm Henry, your host. Such an honor to have you, our watchers or listeners here. And today with me, I have a great treat. It's Michael Glazer. Michael, how are you doing?
Very good, thanks. What a treat, eh? What a treat I am.
Definitely are, and everyone watching this or listening, you're gonna be blessed by what you're gonna hear. I'm convinced because Michael's story and journey in life and business is very inspiring. So, Michael, share with us briefly who you are and how did you end up doing what you are currently doing.
I'll give you the 30-second speech. We don't want people to log off so quickly.
Well, I'm quite sure they're gonna love it.
We'll see. Yeah, so basically, here's the long story, very condensed. 35 odd years ago, I was a student at McGill University up in Canada taking business courses. And we had to make a business plan for one of the courses. It was an entrepreneurship course. So I made a business plan and said, hey, this could actually work. And here I am 35 years later, and it's still working. And in case you want to know what we do, what it is, it's a mystery shopping and merchandising company. We do field work for restaurants, hotels, retail stores, national brands all across the US and Canada. It's called Premier Service. And yeah, started off as a school project. And here we are 36 years later. And my mother still asks me when I'm going to get a real job. So here we are.
So you've been hearing this question for 35 years now.
Yep.
Hey, Michael. And, before we jump into today's topic, and just for everyone, for our audience here, we're going to be recording 3 episodes. This is the first one. And before we jump in this episode's topic, I'm curious to know because you've been consistent in the same business, in the same niche, in the same industry for 35 years. Not many business people and entrepreneurs can do that. What is the key or what's the secret for it?
It's funny because every time you say 35 years, I look at myself in the camera. I say, do I look old? Shoot. Hopefully I don't look that old. But to answer your question, I think from my personal opinion, the ability to pivot and to be flexible. Yes, it's been mystery shopping for 35 years, but the clients that we have are different now than at the beginning. The specific type of services, a lot more merchandising now. And if you don't know what merchandising is, that's the term that we use when we go to a store and we adjust the products or put on price tickets or assemble displays. That's merchandising. So it's merchandising, mystery shopping, and also brand ambassadors. We send people to stores. When you walk into a store or a restaurant and people offer you a sample, you here, try this beer, or hey, try this, laundry detergent. That's brand ambassadors, we call it. So merchandising, mystery shopping, brand ambassadors. There was some pivot there. We didn't start off doing all three, so that changed. And also the client mix as well. That has also changed over the years. But fundamentally, it's been the same thing. Send people into the retail trade and either evaluate, merchandise, price ticket, adjust, assemble, build, or smile behind a desk and offer samples. So that's it.
I love and definitely, yeah, flexibility and knowing how to pivot, great keys for business people. But still, I'm thinking here because, well, I'm thinking here. It's easy. Okay, yeah, I know how I'm gonna say that. It's easy because there's always the new thing, the new trend, the new whatever it is, and as entrepreneurs, I guess most of us we get caught with, oh, maybe if I try this, maybe that other thing, maybe this is gonna get me faster to where I want, and so I'm wondering how down the road, Michael, you kind of kept those distractions or opportunities away and kept focus on what you were doing.
Well, it's funny because the way you mention it, it's almost they're not one or the other, right? You can remain focused and still look ahead as well. So it's not like, oh, I'm just focusing right now or I'm going to focus in 5 years. you could do it all basically. And you kind of have to do it all because you have to start planning for the next sales cycle, for the next season, for the next trend, the next trends. I mean, we've seen so many technological changes since we started. When we started doing mystery shopping, there was no internet in 90. Well, there was an internet, but no one really had email in 91. So, we used to get these surveys sent to the mystery shoppers. We would use USPS and Canada Post. We'd put them in an envelope, put the survey in, put a return envelope, and then lick the stamp twice. Stamp on the inside, stamp on the outside, send it out, get it back. So that was how we did it. And we used paper checks to pay people. We used to write them by hand. I know it's talking about dating myself, but yeah, we used paper checks, mailed them out. And then all of a sudden, people started having fax machines. So, oh, wow, forget about using mail. Let's switch to fax. People would go to the local drugstore and use the fax machine. Then came email. Then came the online platforms in the cloud. So the technological shifts were very, very interesting. And same thing with the clients as well. They shift, the different industries spring up, they other ones retract a little bit. So it's just like you said, being flexible, being nimble is a great word. If you're nimble, I think that's key.
Ooh, that's so good. That's so good. And Michael, we're gonna jump into this episode's topic, which is your staff behaves differently when you're not watching. And so for 35 years, your people have been walking into businesses undercover. And what is it that you can see that your clients are probably not seeing?
Well, the way it works in any business, any hockey team, any sports team, any group, even in a family unit, when the parents aren't around, the kids act a little bit differently. Of course, it's different now with all the Ring cameras in the house and whatnot. So now you're always being watched. But for the most part, when the boss isn't there in the store manager's off for the afternoon. Well, it's just human nature that's the staff is not going to act the same way. And with mystery shopping, often the store manager and the staff, they fall into the same group. They're the ones on the ground. They're the ones who decide what kind of service is going to be offered. How clean is the store going to be? So when their district manager comes to pay them a visit, or the vice president or the director, obviously everyone cleans the store. They're coming tomorrow dressed nicely, shave, clean this, clean that, acknowledge every customer. But when that district manager is gone, okay, the quarterly visit is done or the monthly visit is done, it's back to square one. So that's where mystery shopping comes in. It's not magic or anything. It's very clear that when a head office person is going to their store, everyone's going to be in tip top shape and no backs to the sales floor and offering add-ons and greeting the customers. When they leave, it goes back down. So we're here to give a snapshot in time when the district managers and the regional managers can't be there. It's like, hey, this is what's going on through the eyes of a regular customer. And that is what we provide. And of course, there's a big difference you often see in terms of the behavior with or without the bosses present.
Oh, most definitely. And I like to think of this as the sentinel effect, right?
Right.
So if they know there might be a mystery shopper coming at any point in time in history and they don't know, definitely it creates an effect where they got to be more vigilant, right?
Absolutely. And sometimes just announcing that you have a mystery shopping program will change the behavior of the staff. You don't even have to have a mystery shopping program. You just send a communique. We're going to have 4 visits in the next couple months. Be in your top behavior. Mystery shoppers are coming to the store. They're going to evaluate these criteria. And then all of a sudden, behavior changes even without a mystery shopper. But of course, if you don't send one in, they're going to catch on when they never see a survey, they never see a report. But definitely, even if you have one mystery shopper going for those 20 minutes once a month, the effect, it does trickle around. It does continue on because you never know when a mystery shopper will be there. And I should point out, by the way, that we really are very sure to focus all the programs on the positive side of reinforcement. I always tell new clients, never use a mystery shopping program to fire someone, to reprimand someone. We don't want staff to ever feel that big brother is watching you. That is not the purpose. We're there to catch people doing things well. We want to catch smiles. that is what we're trying to do. And I think that alone is very important, because if the staff is going to feel that they're being watched, these mystery shoppers are coming in to punish us, it's not going to work. It's going to have a negative effect on behavior. So you keep it positive. It's there to identify the best sales associates, the the nicest merchandise displays, the cleanest stores. That is what we're there to do. And I think it's very important because, like I said earlier, when the district manager walks in, it's not reality. Whatever they see during the 20-minute visit, that snapshot, that's not reality. So we're here to provide management with what's happening when they're not around.
And do you usually advise that the company or your client that they announce it about the program, or do you actually tell them not to say anything, and it's just going to be once the first report is done, then they're going to openly talk about it?
Yeah, what we do, it's called the blitz. So we get a new client, the staff may not be aware of it. Let's go in and get a benchmark. Let's see where we are without the announcement, without the, hey, you guys could get a gift card if you score 95%. Let's just see what's going on at the very beginning. But right off the bat, once we have those few pilot visits in, then announce it, because announcing it is half the fun. I mean, it's the posters, it's the rewards, it's the all that jazz. So I wouldn't keep these programs a secret, except maybe at the very beginning, just to get that benchmark level.
I see. And I really liked what you said. We are not supposed to be scared about those programs or anything, because your goal is not to actually point the mistakes. Although you do, you're actually trying to look at the things that the manager or whoever is in charge is doing right. Correct?
Absolutely. And I'm not just saying that like lip service. That is the truth. I have this conversation with every new client all the time. And most agree. Most don't sit and argue with me and say, no, we want to catch people doing bad. We want to penalize people. If a mystery shopping report comes back, they're out of 100 usually. If a report comes back as a 43%, because the store was messy, the employee was rude, he was on his cell phone, she was talking to a friend. I mean, who benefits from that? Like it's not something we want to see. But by the same token, honesty is very important, because I've heard of some mystery shoppers working for other companies. I get on Reddit and I get to get the pulse of what's going on. And there are some companies that push the mystery shoppers to answer positively when really it shouldn't be. Oh, just change this question and mark it a yes. Oh, and that to me is like, I read that and I'm in shock. So just it's an honest, objective appraisal of what's going on.
That's so good, and I like the way you change our perspective from what you do and what to expect from a mystery shopper. And I'm curious to know, Mike, what is it the most surprising thing that a mystery shopper has ever reported back?
Well, my gosh, over 35 years. I mean, there's so much. I mean, there is a sales associate who gave away the product for free because they liked the mystery shopper. Didn't know it was a mystery shopper. Maybe it's a good-looking mystery shopper. It said, "Here, let me give this to you." So that's theft. That's a really bad example, but that has happened. Mystery shoppers could get hit on. Hey, could I have your
Ooh,
number? Oh yeah, that happens. That definitely happens.
ouch.
You have stores that are sometimes just not open. You just get there and doors are closed. Employees are in the
Ooh.
back, right there. It runs the gamut. I mean, I can't even think of different. There's just so many examples that are just all over the place.
I bet you've seen it all, right?
Yep.
And which industries would you say are worst at service, and which ones are generally the best?
That's a good question, and I'm just wondering if it's actually a function of the industry or the actual company, the actual retailer. Because you could go to like Apple, going shopping, and they're not a client of ours or anything, but going to the Apple store, chances are you're going to get pretty good service, right? Very well run. By the same token, you have other electronic stores. You could drop dead in the store and no one's going to come near you, right? So you have that issue. Then you have restaurants. You have some amazing restaurants where the servers are just so amazing and wonderful, and other restaurants, it's just terrible. So I don't think there's a specific industry per se. We also do a lot of car dealerships. Another example, some of the sales reps are fantastic and they nail everything. They're discussing the features of the car. Do you want a snack? Can I give you a coffee? come here. Let me introduce you to our come to our service bay and let me show you what's going to happen after you buy the car. And other car dealerships, we get back these horrendous reports. So I honestly don't think there's a specific industry that is better than any other.
It makes a lot of sense. So it's a matter of the manager or the culture around the company more
Yes.
than a certain industry.
You know, you're absolutely right. It's those two exact things I always say. It's the culture for sure, and also it's the store manager. If I'm very pro customer service, that my life is customer service. You put me in any retail store for a week, Michael, you're going to be the manager of this store. I could assure you the service is going to change within minutes, because the minute I see an employee standing there when a customer walks by without even a smile, I'm going to address it right away. And after the first hour of me being a store manager, it's going to change. So the manager is absolutely key, number one. But of course, behind that, like you said, is the culture. Because if your bosses, if the district manager and the regional manager and the head office, they're not really into service, and their metrics, their KPIs are focused around other things. How fast can we get inventory on the floor? That's number one. Customers are number two and number three. Well, you could have the most well-meaning manager who wants to prioritize the customer, but if the corporate culture is such that no, 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 it's about getting the stuff from the back to the front, even the best well-intentioned manager is going to have problems achieving the service standards, or
Yeah, yeah,
his or her service standards.
definitely culture uh, takes a great part in that. And Michael, as we're wrapping up this first episode, I have one final question for you. And let's say for an owner that can't afford kind of a program like that, how would you recommend them to actually find the truth about their business themselves?
Very easy, and I recommend this to people who call me. We get a lot of calls from smaller stores, smaller restaurants. Oh, we have 2 locations, we have 3 locations. And I say, listen, setting up a mystery shopping program is somewhat time consuming. You got to code the survey and make the instructions and the certification and the dashboard and the portal. I say, look, you got 2 restaurants. Don't hire us. Send in your spouse, send in your kid, send in your neighbor. Let them go visit the other stores and let them report back to you. That's it. I mean, that could do it very, very easily.
So simple, right? Just get someone you know, ask them to go, pay for their food or whatever it is that they're gonna inspect, and that's it.
Basically, yep, that's it. When they get to the
Beautiful.
next level, I say, like, call us at the next level. Now that you have 40 restaurants, 70 restaurants, you only have so many spouses that you could send in, right? Usually one at a time anyway. So it's like, okay, call us and we have the people across the US, across Canada, and that's how that works. But at a small level, do it internally. Why not?
That's amazing. So simple, and the simple usually works. Michael, thank you so much. So many great insights here with this short talk. I really appreciate your time and attention and being here with us.
Thank you very much for having me. It was fun.
And for our audience here, so be on the look. There are 2 other episodes coming after, and we've got some great topics to cover. And I'll see you there. Bye bye.